As the vegetation indicates, conditions are much harsher in the higher mountain regions. Stone pines do grow at up to 2,800 meters above sea level, very high indeed, but they actually thrive best at below 2,000 meters. Above that, living conditions are too tough, even for the resilient Swiss stone pine. Very cold winters will drive animals that actually prefer a high mountain habitat down into the lower regions. The chamois can find food more easily here, and it's more plentiful than up in the mountain. But the dry grass is not very nutritious. To get enough nourishment, the animals have to eat almost all day long. But the fodder isn't free. The price is interference by human beings. Skiers and snowboarders are the reason why not all the chamois head down into the valleys when food rations become scarce. Several herds prefer to stay further up the mountain, where there are no human beings, but where life is tougher and more challenging. Unlike the ibex, they don't sun themselves, preferring to stay in the shade. Now, in January, it's closed season, so the chamois have no need to fear hunters. Not the ones with guns, at any rate. For the lynx, it's open season on chamois all year round. And golden eagles are especially fond of chamois kids. But sometimes the greatest hazard for chamois is neither man nor animal. All year round, avalanches and landslides pose a tremendous danger for chamois. Snow avalanches in winter, and rock and boulder slides the rest of the year. Bigger animals than these chamois or even the ibex may be regularly spotted in the Swiss mountains. One just has to be observant. However, some animals spend their lives in secrecy. Even the hardiest hikers never encounter them. It's as if they simply weren't there. And yet, every year, there are more of them. Since the mid-90s, it's been back in Switzerland. Canis lupus, the bane of Little Red Riding Hood, the fairy tale monster, the big, bad wolf. Anyone following the acrimonious discussion about the wolf might assume that there were hundreds of them roaming about Switzerland, and yet there are only around 30 in 3 packs. Some of the alleged wolves that have been spotted have in fact been dogs. Even wolf researchers hardly ever get to see the object of their research programs. Anyone wanting to study wolves' behavior or film them has to rely on an animal park. Those who try researching them in the wild generally end up examining what they've left behind. Should the Swiss wilderness be home to Europe's biggest predator? The question prompts fierce debate and is almost as old as Switzerland itself. And it's not only conducted verbally, but with shotguns. Wolves are constantly being shot by faceless poachers. Many experts believe that fear of wolves is unwarranted, that the only dangerous wolves are found in children's fairy tales. Across the expanse of the Swiss Alps, there's actually enough room for 150 wolves, not just 30. Others say that wolves are dangerous to both man and beast, and that they have no business in such a densely populated country at all. Now, Gemütlichkeit or conviviality and comfort settles on the towns and villages. The livestock spend the cold season in pleasantly warm stalls, well stocked with feed. The long nights and low temperatures in winter also cause problems for the wolves. Their prey is hard to catch in the deep snow. Winter is a time of hunger and privation for the alleged monster. The valleys, however, seem like a land of milk and honey. So, in extreme winters, some wolves make their way down into the valleys. They're not welcome, though. Any wolf that approaches a settlement should beware of shotguns. If the pack living in the Kalanda range gets too close to town, a young wolf is meant to be shot to scare them off. But the Kalanda wolves are as invisible as if cloaked by magic. Can one protect livestock from wolves, especially in summer? Or are they all helplessly at the wolves' mercy? There is actually something that keeps wolves away from the herds when they're outside, and it lives right in the midst of the herd. Herd guard dogs. More and more shepherds, goat herds, and cattle herders rely on them. It seems somewhat paradoxical at first glance that the very creature that protects herds from being attacked by wolves is the wolf's close cousin. But these animals are famous for their unconditional loyalty and protective instincts, and so many guard dogs are born among the sheep or cows. The puppies are raised with their charges, the animals they will be protecting, so there's not the slightest doubt in their minds that they are part of the herd, and they will protect their herd at all costs. Herd guard dogs are not sheepdogs. They don't know how to gather and run a herd. That's a job for specialists like the Border Collie. Herd guard dogs